It is how you position yourself that, hey, it's not about the language, it's about the value. The world is going global. In 10 years, Finland is not going to have enough talent to work for you. Show them the long term that what you are trying to provide it to them.
Welcome back to iCare conference. We are back from the commercial break. We are going to the next part of this discussion about our journey. So, anyway, welcome back.
Thank you.
Let me not rush you
No.
into this section. So we go quite slowly. So I want to ask that what is your biggest breakthrough in your line of in your work? Your biggest breakthrough? Can you tell us about your breakthrough?
I think like what I said in the last section, that to have clarity and those kind of things, I think that was one of the biggest breakthrough that I first had when I found out that what I want to do. And it was in Sweden. I was attending this 3 days workshop by some one of the speakers and companies, and I realized suddenly that, hey, I have been working on a lot of different things, but everything somehow comes back to my values of providing this equal opportunity for people. May it be like women. I have been working with different NGOs in India with young women to provide them education. And then I have been working in tech, but also understanding how the diversity in tech works. So it was like kind of just a light bulb moment that, hey, I know what I'm going to do. And then I think after that, when I started working, I started the company and I started understanding what the customers want. That was again because Finland was a very new country for me in terms of culture as well. So I think understanding the culture and then starting this company out of nowhere and having so less networks to support at that time, it was, I find myself as an achievement. It's a small achievement, but then you can enjoy all your small achievements.
Yes, you can enjoy the whole package.
Yeah, and I think also it brought me a lot of personal development. That was also because, as I told you, that I was lucky to be born in a good family, but the surroundings are still that impacts you.
Yes.
And it builds you who you are as a person. And so I never thought that I had that kind of a confidence or that kind of a risk-taking ability that I would be jumping into like entrepreneurship. But I realized that, yeah, you can do a lot of different things and I don't have to please everyone. I don't have to do what others or my society or my friends or family they want me to do. I can just be myself and follow what I want to do and follow my heart. So yeah,
that's great. I can tell. I can relate to being from a good family and the environment does not reflect that.
That's true.
Yes, I can relate to that. I have maybe similar experience. But then, do you think that you have been tactical about how to get to know people? How do you outsmart them? As in, how do you outsmart their denial to get to them? How do you do that?
I think my approach is not to outsmart. My approach is more to collaborate and also to help them understand that there is value for them.
All right.
Because it's kind of like if you try to go to someone and say, hey, look, I'm going to change your whole business because I know this and that and that. and it doesn't work. Why? Because they know their business better than you could ever know, but you know the ways or the tools that they can use to improve. So my idea is always to have this value first, that you don't have to trust me. I will give you the value to trust me. And when the trust is built, people are more, they are more like, they want to work with you by themselves. You're not forcing. So it's like not a push, but a pull. So I'm not pushing my services to them, but trying to pull it into me. So I think that is something I would explain my approach as to for people.
Tactical.
Yeah.
All right. Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good technique, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. To pull the force by making them trust you.
Yeah, and also, it's a human nature, because if you see someone like you have, if you think that you're living in a family and then suddenly someone outsider comes, of course you trust your family more, but then the outsider like tried to give you value, you become good friends, and you trust them as a family. He or she becomes a part of your family. And that's how it is. You can't expect to just go and think that why is this person not trusting me, because you have not created that bond yet. You have not given them any value yet, that they will work with you or they will help you or do anything. So I think that's the first step in any relationship, to provide value and gain trust.
Okay. Wow, that's a very good insight.
Yeah.
All right. So next question I would like to ask: how open is, or do you think Finland is, and your country, when it comes to starting a business like yours? Is Finland open? Is your country more welcoming or something like this? How would you say that? Would you
I think
almost same challenge?
Yeah. Yeah, I think like I am originally from India, and you can't really compare Finland with
That's
it.
right.
It's like I think the state where I'm from is larger than the whole country.
Yes.
So it's very different, two different markets. In Finland, it's really easy to start a business, but of course, there are a lot of challenges if you are, as I said earlier, if you don't speak the language, you don't know the culture, you don't know how to interact with people. But it's not a Finland only issue, it's an issue with any new country you go. You need to first understand how they work. So it is in that way a bit challenging. But I would say that if you do it the right way, now I don't know what's the right way is, but the way that works for you, then it is good in the way that it could bring you success.
Okay.
But again, because it's such a small market, if you are thinking of growing, it's not going to be enough.
All right.
So like, because we have 5 million people, most of the companies are small and medium size. If you want to really scale, you have to go international.
All right.
And that is something Finnish companies are, I think not all of them are doing it. They're still struggling with it, and they need a lot of help with it. So to go international. In India, on the other hand, we have like, it is one of the biggest, it has one of the biggest startup ecosystem. India has a huge innovation hub, but there are different kind of challenges. There are challenges of bureaucracy, challenges of a lot of competition. In Finland, the competition is less because we have less people. And so, they're just two so different markets that you can't really compare them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we go to this question. I've been waiting. This one, I want to hear it.
Okay.
So tell us about your experience at Nordic Business Forum. Speak a kind.
Yeah.
Tell us.
That was
I
super
want to
fun.
hear this. I was like, what? Yes.
Yeah.
Let's hear this.
I think this was, it just came, very, very naturally that one of my friends, she was looking on LinkedIn and she just sent me, she's Finnish, and she sent me that, hey, you have started doing this public speaking here. So I used to do public speaking in India, but in Finland it was like nobody knew me, so you need to first know people to be able to have the stages. I was speaking on very small stages, like you know, for schools and for small events and startup entities. So I said that, okay, let's see what is it. I checked out what is Nordic Business Forum, and I saw that this would be a perfect place to get more visibility and to position yourself into the content you want to. So you had, I sent my application, it was a video application, and I got selected. It was really fun because from Finland, I think I was the only non-Finnish person to be there, to be selected. And it was like, I think they selected 8 people all over the country. And then we were there and we competed. So it was a very different crowd. And it gave me also a lot of visibility. It also gave me a lot of networks to meet people who are doing the same thing. Of course, they have different topics. They are into different arena. They also are like, they speak a different language for their public speeches. So their journey is a bit different than mine. But still, it's always good to meet people who share the same interest and you can learn from them. So I think it was super fun. I would say it was, I went there with no expectation, and I think it was just a very nice experience.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I'm very happy for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very delightful to hear that you could get to that place.
It was also very, also I could say again, one small achievement, because it's there is this, you may not see it, or I don't know how to put it, but there is a glass ceiling which you need to break.
Yeah.
You know,
icebreaker.
So you have to be there, and then when you see that, okay, people are now accepting you, they want to listen to what you have to say, and they believe, they have trusted you in such kind of a platform, you also get a lot of confidence that I am on the right path.
Yeah. Acceptance.
Yeah.
All right. Great. People, you hear that? When you feel accepted, keep going. All right. So we would like to know, or if you would like to tell us about your experience with any Finnish company here in Finland. So if you can share your experience.
Yeah. I think I can share both parts of my life when I worked as a tech person. Okay. That was when I started working with Finnish clients from a very long time, I think 2013 when I started working with them. But then I came to Finland and started working with them. And my team was predominantly male. And of course I could see like there is that was also one of my motivation that inspired me to do this topic as my career path, because I could feel that there is so much of groupism, and there is some, like, you want very subtle microaggressions happening, and it was not because nobody wanted to do it, but it was the ignorance. It was the first time the company was working with diverse people from abroad. So the understanding of how to manage this cross-cultural way of working is not something that comes by, you know, reflex. You need to educate your teams. You need to educate the leaders of how to spot that what is going on in the team, how the team dynamics is working.
Right.
So I would say that it was it was difficult, but it also gave me the first push of doing something about it. And eventually when I started this, it became one of my biggest inspiration, all the experiences, that how you can use those experiences to bring value to the people.
Wow.
And I think that was one of the biggest learning experiences I had. And other good experience I had that came from my network. As I said earlier, throughout this whole interview about providing value. And when I started very early speaking, I was like, okay, I will just do it for free for you. It doesn't matter. I want people to know about it, because it was such a new topic. If you don't know about it, how are you going to invest in it?
That's right.
So I started giving these free talks and asking people, hey, if you are doing an event, I'm going to talk about this topic. Are you interested in? And one of these events, it actually turned out to be really good for me, because that became one of my very early clients.
Oh, wow.
And it happened really, I saw you can see, the result or the impact of the value you provide. It come back to you and the way you never expect. So I wasn't expecting that they need my services or they need something. And because I had worked for them, they had seen the content, they just randomly called me that, hey, we are doing this. Are you interested in working? It was like, I was still just setting up my business. It was so new. And I was like, hey, this is perfect, because it's like your client comes to you. And it was like initial clients, they're really hard to find. So I think that was a really good experience, and it taught me quite a lot that how important it is to just give.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. That's a very good education, I would say, to give.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very important. So now we will go for a 2 minutes commercial break. See you when we get back.
Are you ready for significant growth? On BusinessWiz Oy, learn step-by-step guide to starting a business, business sustainability, adaptability and risk countermeasure, community inclusion, marketing and profitability, thought leadership, innovation and creativity, wellness and technology, re-enable care, humanity and hospitality, education and engagement, identifying opportunities, networking and security, iCare conference. Watch live at radioglobal.com/TV Ray.